So, Google updated its AI ethics policy, man, and this caught our eye. We wanted to talk about it because our firm represents AI companies, developers for apps, websites. I mean, we do it all. We're AI attorneys. I don't know if this is rubbing people the wrong way. So, here's what's going on. Google updated its AI ethics policy and it removed its previous commitments. And it goes, hey, we're not going to use the stuff that we gather to use our technology for weapons or surveillance. The internet, being the internet, caught wind that Google had updated its policy to remove these specific things. Now, we don't know what we don't know. We can just kind of speculate. But first and foremost, what I do know is that you have huge competitors like Amazon and Microsoft, and you have these companies who have deep military ties. And so maybe this is a contracts thing, right? Maybe they're trying to make a business move. But at least what I do know is that when they first kind of launched this in 2018, they put up the policy and they go, no, we're all about ethical AI sourcing and doing the right thing as they kind of defined it at that time. So, I mean, I guess where I'll start is Gigi, for kind of what we do. I don't know. How's this resonating with you?
When you first hear it, it's definitely a little scary to think that they can just change policies on a whim, especially ethical policies, because we're kind of relying on these companies to set the standard and protect our interests. So when they change so quickly without notice and for something so grand and something so important, it kind of leaves you wondering, what else can happen next?
Yeah, and for the clients that we represent, the even just ethical data sourcing. So what is the AI trained on? This is a big question mark right now because there are so many lawsuits against AI companies from other companies, let's say record labels suing Suno, Udio, right? So Universal, let's say, arguing that initially, hey, we think that you stole our music to train on and you didn't license anything from us. And so we believe that this is unethical at best, but of course, copyright infringement, all kinds of good stuff. And then these companies eventually just came out and they just said it. They go, yeah, we did. Now, there are arguments under the law, such as fair use, and the courts have yet to make decisions on this. But when it comes to what a company does and their ethical sourcing, with our clients, that's something that we always have a discussion about. Because you know what? A part of it might even be kind of how does this make you look?
Because things are changing so quickly, when you change policies like this on a dime, you just never know what can happen next. It's super unpredictable, and it's a little hard for people to feel safe. So I think it's important to, stay up to date on these current events and the ever-changing laws so that if you are an AI company or somebody in tech, you can also follow suit or decide what's best for you and your company and your users.
Yeah, and one thing that we were kind of sidebarring about on this was just at some point, I think that a company will become so big that even if they do want to take a certain position, because they go, you know what, we're thinking about our users and we don't want to collect certain data, right? So this goes to AI policies. It might even go to like a privacy policy. And so they go, as a company, we really want to have a certain mission statement. But at some point, again, pressures can be so great, whether it's a financial incentive, their shareholder interest. Again, maybe there's some kind of government contract or opportunity that was being missed, but at what expense? We just go, well, this isn't such a good look, right? And this is an international news at this point, but is this really going to impact Google's bottom line? What do you think?
Bottom line, I'm not sure. Now, is it probably, affecting some part of their finances? Sure. Will it prevent them from making billions of dollars? I doubt it. I think it's just kind of a race to get to the finish line and see who can get the most innovative technology and the quickest.
Yeah, and look, if you are an AI company or an AI developer of sorts, just know there's a couple things that you always want to make sure that you have as part of your, let's say, presentation to the world. One, such as an AI policy, right? And so you can just be very transparent. That's always a big piece. People want to know basically, how their data is going to be used, but that there's ancillary documents to that. So I had mentioned the privacy policy. This is something that has to be on your website. We do privacy policies and then its sister, which is going to be a terms of service. These are the contracts, the agreements that your users agree to by using your services, by using your website. And I got to be honest, one of the most common offenders that we see through our firm is that people failed to get terms of service. And so if you don't have it designated on your website what happens if someone is upset. They don't think your app worked very good. They want to sue you. Where are they going to sue you? Is there a limitation of liability? I mean, those are the ones that come to my mind. What do you think, Gigi?
Terms of service are super important. They're usually convoluted in a bunch of legal language and, in size 10 font, but they do serve a purpose. And like Crystal said, the purpose of them is to make sure that you have a policy in place that people can refer back to make sure that one, they're within the bounds of your policy, and then two, to see what remedies are available to them, if any, and then three, see if they are protected by you, right? Are you offering certain transparency? What are the values of the company that they can align with or not align with? So it's kind of like the entire mission statement and the policy of the company that will be listed in there. That's something it's really important for each company to have.
So, just for reference, I thought this would be helpful. So, this is Google's actual policy, and it is not too fancy, which I kind of like. So, again, if you're a business owner, as far as what its policy looks like for its AI specifically, they're very small paragraphs. They do a lot of visuals, giant pictures. So, just in the baseline legal structure of why these things matter, how they really can protect your company, but ultimately it can be pretty simple. So if you need help with any of the things that we've spoken about today, contact Delgado Entertainment Law. You can go to our website, email us, give us a phone call, and we always offer free case evaluations by our case manager. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.